Well, if you're one of the 10 people on the planet, myself included, who are not watching the Game of Thrones series finale, then stick around and hang out with me. Learn about sports in just a few minutes on Toyota Sports Extra right here on ABC 10. We don't have Dragons or Wolves, but we do have Raptors and Warriors. The defending champs can close out their Western Conference Final Series in Portland tomorrow. While we go into double overtime in Toronto, we'll show you how things are shaking out in the NBA playoffs. And the San Jose Sharks will be fighting for their playoff lives after a brutal loss at home in their Western Conference Finals series. We'll show you what happened at the Tank with the Blues in town. And it was a busy weekend for racing. A NASCAR driver from Elk Grove is $1 million richer, and we saw drama unfold at qualifying for the Indianapolis 500. We'll let you know where Grass Valley's Alexander Rossi will start as he goes for his second Indy 500 win in 3 years. So stick around, hang out with me and ABC 10's Kevin John. Get caught up on the weekend sports on Toyota Sports Extra in just a few minutes. We're back right after this.
You're watching Toyota Sports Extra.
Welcome to Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10. I'm Lina Washington. He's Kevin John. We don't have Dragons and Wolves, but we do have Raptors and Warriors. We're going to be talking about today. Brooks Koepka, meanwhile, cruising at Bethpage, going back to back to back at the PGA Championship. We'll show you how he did it despite his final round struggles.
Yeah, and Dragons and Wolves are overrated anyway. But how about the San Jose Sharks? Well, they're on the brink of elimination after a bad loss to the Blues in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll show you what went down at the Tank in Game 5.
Tomorrow's a big opportunity for us to, obviously close out the series, get back to the finals, and take advantage of the little break.
Yeah, the Warriors are one win away from punching their ticket to the NBA Finals for the 5th straight year. What went down in Portland last night, and an injury update as the defending champions continue their run at a three-peat. That is where we begin tonight. ABC 10 is your home for the NBA Finals, which tips off in just 10 days. We could know which team will represent the Western Conference as soon as tomorrow night. That is if the Warriors are able to complete the sweep in Portland. And last night, Game 3 of the Western Conference Final Series between the two-time defending champions and the Warriors, the Warriors and the Trailblazers tipping off in Portland. But at this rate, it looks like this series might not be coming back to Oracle Arena later this week. Golden State playing without Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins. Portland's Damian Lillard got hurt in Game 2, revealing today that he's been playing through a rib injury. The Blazers came out swinging in this one, leading by as many as 18 points in the second quarter. The all-star backcourt of Oakland native Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum combining for 42 points as the Blazers, for the second straight game, come out to a double-digit lead at halftime. But for the second straight game, they blow it after overcoming a 15-point deficit in Game 2. The Warriors overcome an 18-point deficit in Game 3. Stephen Curry leading all scorers with 36 points. His 6th 30-point performance thus far in the postseason. He's been playing out of his mind, and he got plenty of help from Draymond Green, who finished with a triple-double in Game 3. The Warriors took their first lead of the game with just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and they never looked back. The Warriors coming all the way back to steal Game 3 on the road, 110-99, the final from Portland. Golden State now leading this series 3-0. Both teams dealing with injuries, though, in this hard-fought Western Conference Final.
Just the pain, just from having to separate it real. I don't know what else. There's nothing you can really do about it. Just when I get winded, it's a little harder to breathe. Contact, when you're in there banging with guys, it's just normal stuff.
I'm not capable of doing what Kevin does on the basketball floor, and no one else on this team is, or DeMarcus. And so collectively, we got to do that. So I just try to take it upon myself to do my part, and also try to create a pace that I know we can be successful at.
Elimination game now. We're facing every night's elimination game, so you got to lock in and take it one possession at a time, understanding that you just can kind of control everything that you can control. Execution, how hard you're playing, being in the right spots, game plan wise, defensively being active, and then offensively trying to execute, and then hopefully that's enough for us to get a win on Monday.
So again, Game 4 coming up from Portland tomorrow. Some injury updates for you. Andre Iguodala of the Warriors listed as questionable for tomorrow's Game 4. He had an MRI today on his calf, which came back negative. And, of course, Kevin Durant is expected to miss more time with his calf strain. But, Kevin, looks like the Warriors already have this series in the bag. It's tough to come back from a 3-0 series deficit. But over in the East, we might have a little more drama, right?
Yeah, definitely. There was more drama in the East tonight than a Game of Thrones finale episode. Yeah, it was a must-win for the Toronto Raptors. Of course, they were looking to avoid going down 3-0 against the Bucks because, as we all know, when you go down 3-0 in a best-of-7 series, the series is pretty much a wrap. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors looking to take down the Greek Freak and the Bucks in Toronto. Raptors would come out a lot hotter than they did in Game 2. In fact, Toronto led by 7 at the half, but with 7 seconds left in regulation, that's when things got interesting. Pascal Siakam, look at this. He heads to the line for 2 free throws. All he has to do is make one. That puts them in good shape. He misses both of them. Maybe he was nervous because Drake was sitting courtside. That gave the Bucks a chance to tie things up, and Chris Middleton took advantage. He hits the layup to eventually send the game into overtime. Both teams went back and forth in the first overtime, which ended in a tie. So that means we go to double OT. Now with just 36 seconds in second overtime, Giannis would foul out on that play right there. He only had 12 points in the game, but he did pull down 23 rebounds. Then the Kawhi Leonard show took over. Sit back and enjoy. Leonard scored 8 points in the period, led all scorers with 36 points. Siakam pitched in 25, and the Raptors would hang on to win this game 118 to 112.
I mean, I think we just want to, kind of give him different looks. A player as talented as he is, you just got to continue to do whatever you can do to kind of slow him down. Everyone was guarding him, just making sure that, we keep different matches on him and somebody always fresh on him.
Obviously, it wasn't our best game. We were turning the ball over. We were, trying to get back to the game, and we calmed down and turned the ball over. There was some that were forced by them, but there were some that we just wasn't focused enough, and we didn't execute well enough.
It takes a team. He's a great basketball player. That's why he's an MVP finalist. We all have to just show hands and just play hard. He's a great player. He plays hard, and he's leading his team great.
One thing I love about Kawhi's consistency is his cornrows. All right, Game 4 of this series will be on Tuesday night. An opportunity for the Raptors to even up the series at 2 games apiece. Lina, honestly, I'm still going with Milwaukee Bucks in this series. Obviously, I think they are the better team. But I do have to say, I love the grit that Toronto showed tonight, being able to come back, win it in double overtimes. And Kawhi Leonard has been playing like a man possessed in this postseason.
Yeah, that's why you get him on your team. He's arguably one of the top 5 players in the league. I don't think the Raptors will make it out of this series. I'll stick with the Bucks as my pick out of the East. But I think this could go 7. I'd love to see it go 7. We've seen competitiveness out of both teams, and Kawhi Leonard, if he had his way, then the Raptors would be going to the NBA Finals. But we will, of course, keep you updated on both series. Kevin, what is your pick for either team going out of the East?
I'm going with the Bucks going out of the East.
All right.
I think the Bucks are the better team, but like you, I would love to see it go 7 games. That would make it interesting.
All right, so we both got the Bucks in 7, but we will be sure to keep you updated, and we've got our NBA playoff playlist from Oakland coverage as the Warriors continue their run at a 3-peat in their final season at Oracle Arena. We're going to be talking San Jose playoff hockey in 30 seconds. All right, let's talk some hockey now. Everything seemed to be going right for the San Jose Sharks so far in this postseason after splitting the first 2 games of their Western Conference Finals series at home. The Sharks were gifted Game 3 in overtime to take a 2-1 series lead against St. Louis, but the Blues would even that series, winning Game 4, which set up today's all-important Game 5 at the Tank in San Jose. Unfortunately for Team Teal, home ice would not be very kind this afternoon. To the Tank we go, an electric atmosphere already from the home crowd with a noon face-off. This might have been the best scoring chance for the Sharks all day, though, coming from Tomas Hertl to Evander Kane, who finds the iron just 9 seconds into the game. But in the second period, San Jose down 1, the Blues going up 2-0 just like that. Martin Jones stopping the slap shot, but Jaden Schwartz, he was playing like a man possessed today, cleaning up things with the goal there, and things only got worse in the period. Brent Burns taking a streaking Vladimir Tarasenko on the breakaway. Officials awarding him the penalty shot, and Tarasenko top shelf over the glove of Martin Jones, going up 3-0. And if the deficit wasn't bad enough, the San Jose Sharks losing 4 players to injury. Joe Pavelski already missing games in the postseason with concussion, exiting the ice, and he would not return. Erik Karlsson and Tomas Hertl leaving the game with injuries as well. And the Blues shut out the Sharks at home, a hat trick for Jaden Schwartz in this all-important Western Conference series, taking a 3-2 series advantage for the Blues.
Yeah, for sure we've been here before, and had to go in and win on the road in Vegas in order to get to a Game 7. So, I don't. You're never comfortable when your back's against a wall like that, but we have been here before and found a way, and I'm confident we can do that again.
All right, so Sharks coach Peter DeBoer didn't offer any injury updates for his 4 injured players. That's going to be a major storyline, though, as the series shifting back to San Jose for Tuesday's Game 6, and the Sharks will look again to avoid elimination. And it's been familiar territory for them throughout this postseason, already advancing from 2 Game 7s in each of their series to reach this Western Conference final en route to the Stanley Cup final. Should San Jose force Game 7, though, that would be this Thursday night at the Tank. When we come back on Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10, when it comes to the PGA Championship, it is Brooks Koepka's world, and we're just living in it. We'll show you how the final round played out at BetPage.
Yeah, come on, being lifetime Kings fan. Why?
Your life ain't been that long.
And De'Aaron Fox teaches a young man a lesson. We're tagging along with the King star, who also finds himself up for one of the NBA's postseason awards. This week's Toyota Top Play goes to Deontay Wilder for doing this, settling his feud with Dominic Breazeale in the opening round of their anticipated heavyweight title fight Brooklyn last night with a right hook knockout. Look at that right there. Bam! As Chris Tucker would say, you got knocked the heck out. Wilder retains his title for the 9th straight time with that knockout punch that immediately went viral and worthy of this week's Toyota Top.
Well, the PGA Championship wrapped up this afternoon, and if there's anyone breathing a sigh of relief, it is Brooks Koepka.
Oh, seriously. He entered today with a 7-stroke lead and was expected to just cruise on to victory. The only problem was Dustin Johnson apparently didn't receive that memo. To Farmingdale we go. Brooks Koepka is looking to become the first player since Tiger Woods to win back-to-back PGA Championships, and maybe he felt the pressure because he definitely struggled throughout today. Koepka appeared to have the victory wrapped up after the 10th hole, but then everything changed in a New York minute. Koepka went on to bogey 5 of 7 holes on the back 9, and his lead was briefly cut to 1 as Dustin Johnson was just closing the gap there. But Johnson would then bogey on 16 and 17, and that opened it up for Koepka to get a 2-stroke win there. Now, it wasn't pretty, of course, but Koepka would take the victory. His 74, listen to this, was the highest final round by a PGA champion since 2004.
To be standing here today with 4 majors it's mind-blowing. Today was definitely the most satisfying out of all of them for how stressful that round was, how stressful DJ made that. That was probably definitely, I know for a fact that was the most excited I've ever been ever in my life right there on 18.
Yeah, I definitely went a bit excited as well.
Yeah.
Especially with the money he won. All right, a wire-to-wire victory for Koepka, who now becomes the first player to hold back-to-back titles in 2 majors at the same time.
Wow.
I need to step my golf game up. Next up is the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. That begins June 13th, where all eyes will be on Koepka, who will be going for his 3rd straight title in that prestigious event there.
Well, yeah, seems to be running things there. Good for him.
Right?
Well, we are going to switch gears to baseball now. The Giants and the Diamondbacks wrapping up their series finale today in Arizona. They had to go extra innings to decide this game. And once again, Pablo Sandoval, the great Panda, coming up big once again. After 9.5 innings of play, things will be tied at the bottom of the 9th. That's where we pick things up. The D-backs up to bat, 2 outs, runner on 3rd. Adam Jones hitting a grounder through the hole. Watch Brandon Crawford throwing the Superman cape on, making the diving stop, then throwing Jones out at first. Take a look again. Full body extension there. Might be the play of the game. Top of the 10th, though, Pablo Sandoval delivers what would be the play of the game. Panda crushing an opposite field homer to put the Giants up 3-2, and that would be the end of this one from Phoenix. 2nd in 2 days for the Panda for going long, 7th on the season. That would be the difference as the Giants pull out the win against the D-backs by a final of 3-2.
You know, it's one of the things that I've been grateful and to a strike count. I just calm down myself, use my hands a little bit more, don't jump into the ball. So that's what I was doing during the season this year. So try to get good pitch to hit. You know, it can be low, can be high, but if I put the bat on the ball with good swing, it's gonna be damage.
There you go. Damage was done. The Giants picking up a series win, improving to 20-25 on the season. Up next, they host the Braves for a 4-game series, I should say, beginning tomorrow at Oracle Park.
All right, that other team in the Yay. Coming into today's game against the Tigers, the A's had won 15 straight over Detroit. They're on the verge of making it 16 straight this afternoon, but unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans in mind. To Motown we go. Mike Fiers was on the bump for Oakland. Fiers pitching against the team he played for last season. He would allow 3 runs during 6 innings, including this solo shot to Nick. Castellanos, things were tied up in the 7th until Steven Spiscotti hit a 2-run double to put the A's up 5-3, and that's when Mother Nature decided to show its face. After a 1 hour and 41-minute rain delay, they decided to call it a game. Benito, now this game will resume on September 6th when the Tigers visit Oakland. Up next, the A's will begin a 3-game series in Cleveland tomorrow night. They return home at the end of the week for a weekend series against the Mariners at the Coliseum. Oakland is now 3 games under 500 and 6-4 in their last 10 games.
1.5 seconds, no timeouts. Tyreek at the hole. If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Tyreek Evans, and they're going to review it at the table.
Yeah, Kings fans probably remember that moment very well. The unbelievable buzzer beater from Tyreek Evans back in 2010. Tyreek Evans at that time was the Kings' future, the reigning Rookie of the Year, and the future was bright in Sacramento, but not even 10 years later, Tyreek Evans has been banned from the NBA. This is actually very uncommon in the league. The NBA announcing on Friday that Tyreek Evans either tested positive, possessed, or distributed a drug of abuse. Any of those 3 scenarios are punishable by a 2-year ban. The NBA lists amphetamines, cocaine, GHB, and opiates among drugs of abuse under their league collective bargaining agreement. Evans was traded away from the Kings in his 4th NBA season. He returned to the capital city in the deal that sent DeMarcus Cousins to New Orleans. The 29-year-old spent the last 2 seasons in Memphis and Indiana and was set to become a free agent this summer.
Well, in Kings news, Sacramento point guard De'Aaron Fox received great news this week. The second-year star learning that he is among 3 finalists for the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. It was no secret to Kings fans how much of a leap Fox made this past season from his rookie year, but evidently the NBA took notice too. Fox improved in almost every statistical category over the previous season. He even dramatically improved his shooting ability. That improvement helped the Kings compete for a playoff spot and finish with 39 wins, the team's best finish in over a decade. Now, last week at this time, we showed you what it was like inside De'Aaron Fox's Mother's Day basketball clinic he hosted with his mom, Lorraine.
All right, but what we didn't show you, and this is probably the best part of this camp, is the interaction with these young kids and De'Aaron Fox. And one valuable lesson that one young man learned at this camp who brought a Steph Curry ball to De'Aaron Fox's basketball camp here in Sacramento. Take a listen to what this young man learned that day.
Me and Kai, because he got the same name as my son, so yeah, so I'm going to pick him. I got you, Lefty. Let's go. Piffin, I got you. I got 3. You got a Steph Curry ball, man.
Still, I have a jersey. Look at Fox.
That's crazy. But you brought the Steph Curry ball to my camp.
I couldn't find my Kings ball. That's the only one that was pumped up.
That's crazy. We got balls.
You gotta tell me that in the email.
That's crazy. You got the Steph Curry ball.
Come on, De'Aaron.
I got those 3. Wait, it should be 3 over there.
You got one more.
Here, De'Aaron, come on, man. De'Aaron, come on, being longtime Kings fan. Come on.
Your life ain't been that long.
No, I went to my first game when I was like 8 months.
That's crazy, man. I can't do it, man. You got a Steph Curry ball.
No, I don't. Come on, my De'Aaron.
I gotta have somebody with my jersey on. Yeah.
Yep, come on. Yep.
Yeah.
That's you. Let's go. All right. You guys.
That's crazy. You brought a Steph ball to my camp. That's crazy.
All right, so a little tough love for the young man, though, who learned a lesson, but he was a good sport about it, even clapping for the other kid who was chosen. And he was part of Fox's team. But, of course, yeah, the lesson to be learned here is don't show up with the rival point guard's ball at your point guard's camp, even if it doesn't say so in the email explicitly.
Just a little disrespectful, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's like showing up to a fashion show not wearing the designer's clothes. It's kind of like what you got to do, you know?
I agree.
All right. Well, De'Aaron Fox doing things for the kids and doing things for his mom. You can read more about his camp on our sports page at abc10.com and see more from the camp on our ABC10 YouTube channel. When we come back on Toyota Sports Extra on ABC10, Elk Grove native Kyle Larson picking up his first win of the NASCAR season as drivers come to blows. We'll show you the action from the NASCAR All-Star Race.
And excitement right out the gate at the Preakness Stakes. We'll show you the moments you won't want to miss from the second leg of the Triple Crown.
All right, let's go racing. NASCAR's annual All-Star Race taking place at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Once again, under the lights, and it was finally time for Elk Grove native Kyle Larson to shine. And Larson hasn't won a Cup Series race since September of 2017, and he picked a good time to slide into victory lane. With a $1 million prize waiting for the winner, Larson got a little push from the reigning champion Kevin Harvick here. You literally see Harvick pushing Larson through the pack to take the lead, and the drivers don't get championship points for this, but like I said, Larson is coming away with $1 million and a much-needed win. Confidence boost after ending a 58-race winless streak. The Elk Grove native Kyle Larson picking up his first win of the NASCAR Monster Cup Energy Series.
Man, this is amazing. I've been close, a couple of times. I feel like every time I've been in the All-Star race, I've been close to winning. So it's neat to finally close it out.
All right, now while Larson was celebrating his win, a $1 million payday, of course, as Clint Boyer charges the car driven by Ryan Newman and starts wailing on him. Here's why. He's taking issue with Newman spinning out his number 14 car late in the race. NASCAR officials are trying to keep an eye on these two drivers after this during NASCAR's primetime showcase. Now, next week, all eyes will be on Indianapolis for the Indy 500. Nevada City native Alexander Rossi, who won the Indianapolis 500 in 2016, was 9th in qualifying for this year's race, while 33 drivers in the field. We saw some drama unfold with one of the biggest names in the sport missing out on the biggest race of the year.
This 23-year-old American could deny a two-time Formula One world champion a shot at motorsport's Triple Crown. This is one of IndyCar's smallest teams, knocking over a global motorsport giant.
This David and Goliath story taking the racing world by storm. In the last row shootout, Fernando Alonso and McLaren gets knocked out of the Indy 500, while underdog Juke Coast Racing and driver Kyle Kaiser squeak into the greatest spectacle in racing.
Huge upset there. Now, sports standout coming up this week, Big League Dreams Hall of Fame help. Getting there, we'll show you this first of this kind program for this Franklin baseball student.
This week's Dignity Health Sports Standout. This time next year, Franklin High School baseball star Chase Davis will be preparing for graduation, and there's a good chance we'll hear his name called in the MLB draft soon after that.
Yeah, Major League Baseball has invited the outfielder from Elk Grove to be part of the Prospect Development Pipeline League in its inaugural season, giving Chase a chance to learn from Hall of Famers and get another step closer to achieving his big league dream.
Can you believe it? Being chosen 1 out of 80 out of 115,000 kids, 1 of 80. That's completely amazing. And now he has an opportunity to have a bright future.
It's a blessing. Top 80 high school players in the country, that's a big thing. So I'm very ready, and I'm just blessed and excited to be able to get information and learn from these coaches that are going to be out there and take life lessons, not only baseball skills, but life lessons as well.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, to be able to be coached by guys like Derek Jeter, Ryan Howard. It's overwhelming to think that these Hall of Famers that I've watched and followed all these years and men of great character are pouring into these young men now. It's amazing. I would have never thought that these guys would be physically hands-on teaching my young son how to play baseball and how to take it to the next level. I never thought that.
At the beginning, I'm just going to be like, well, I'm talking at Jeter right now, like, this is crazy. But then as the time goes on and as the month goes on, I'm going to be able to just, get used to the fact. I'm never going to get used to it. I cannot say that because he's just one of the best players ever. So I'm always going to be, very humble.
All right, the Warriors are in Portland for Game 4 tomorrow. Game 6 in St. Louis for the Sharks and the Blues. And we will see you back here next Sunday for Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10. Stay updated on our ABC 10 YouTube channel for NBA playoff coverage.
Perfect.
Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals between the two-time defending champion Warriors and the Trailblazers tipping off in Portland. The Dubs took care of business in Oakland, and at this rate, this series might not be going back to Oracle Arena. The Blazers came out swinging in this one, leading by as many as 18 points in the second quarter. Golden State playing without Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins. Stephen Curry led all scorers with 36 points, as you see his younger brother Steph hitting the three there. But Steph has been playing out of his mind in the postseason. He got plenty of help from Draymond Green, who finished with his 7th postseason triple-double. The Warriors took their first lead of the game with just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and they never looked back. The Warriors come all the way back to steal Game 3 on the road, 110-99 the final. Golden State leading the series 3-0, and they go for the sweep in Portland on Monday. ABC 10 is your home for the NBA Finals, tipping off May 30th. Be sure to check our ABC 10 YouTube channel to find our NBA playoff playlist with coverage from Oakland as the Warriors continue their run at a three-peat during their final season at Oracle Arena. Now, 2 weeks ago, we saw a historic and controversial finish in the 145th running of the Kentucky Derby, and today it was time for the Middle Jewel and the Triple Crown to shine as the 144th Preakness Stakes was exciting right out the gate. Literally, you see there at gate number 9, you see the jockey thrown from his horse. He wasn't injured, thankfully, but an exciting way to start this Preakness. And after an exciting finish in the Kentucky Derby, it would be War of Will winning, and he was the horse that was kind of snubbed out of a chance to win the Kentucky Derby 2 weeks ago with his path being crossed, but here he is the winner at the Preakness Stakes, the Belmont Stakes, the final leg of the Triple Crown coming in just about 3 weeks. Now, the third round of the PGA Championship wrapping up from Bethpage in New York, 54 holes in, and Brooks Koepka is seemingly running away with the tournament. And for the second straight year, it looks like he's going to be the winner. This is the first year the PGA Championship has been held in May. It's been played in August since the 1970s. But if you can remember, Koepka stole Tiger Woods' thunder on his way to winning last year's PGA Championship. Koepka carding a round of 70 today, bringing him to 12 under on the tournament, giving him a 7-shot lead going into tomorrow's final round. Dustin Johnson is one of the golfers in striking distance, tied for second at 5 under on the tournament, finishing at 1 under par today. All right, now this story got a lot of attention on social media earlier this week. The Sacramento Kings dancers are out. The Kings announcing that the all-female dance team that's been entertaining Kings fans for more than 30 years is evolving into a gender-inclusive hip-hop squad called 916 Crew starting next season. The 18-person dance team will include male and female dancers. Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton will follow suit, eliminating the all-female Stockton Kings dancers and creating a new gender-inclusive hip-hop dance team called 209 Hype. Both dance teams will perform during games, of course, but the bottom line is the Sacramento Kings dancers you've known are gone, and it's one of the major changes for the Kings entertainment team. So mixed reaction from people who like the move, who don't like the move, people sounding off on Twitter, and you can read the whole story on our website, abc10.com.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool, and it seems like a loss. Both. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lina.
Third round of the PGA Championship wrapping up from Bethpage in New York. 54 holes in, and Brooks Koepka is seemingly running away with the tournament for the second straight year after another solid performance today. If you can remember, Koepka stole Tiger Woods' thunder on his way to winning last year's tournament. He won 2 majors last year, including the U.S. Open, and today he's carding an even round of 70, bringing him to 12 under on the tournament at this year's PGA Championship, giving him a 7-shot lead heading into tomorrow's final round. Dustin Johnson is the golfer within striking distance. He's tied for second at 5 under on the tournament after finishing 1 under par today. For those keeping track, this is the first year the PGA Championship is being held in May. It's been played in August since the 1970s. The NBA playoffs continue in Portland today, third game of the Western Conference Finals between the two-time defending champion Warriors and the Trailblazers just tipping off, and the Dubs took care of business in Oakland this week, so now they're looking to hit the road and take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Coming off an exciting Game 2 on Thursday at Oracle Arena, the Warriors coming away with a 3-point victory without Kevin Durant, who is expected to miss at least 3 games in this series as he recovers from what they're calling a calf strain he sustained during the Houston series. But Stephen Curry has been playing out of his mind in the postseason, scoring at least 30 points in each of the Warriors' last 3 games. Damian Lillard, even in his hometown, couldn't stop the Splash Brothers, and it's safe to say the Warriors are better with KD on the floor, I should say. Even though they've been without him, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr says they don't want to rush his return. And NBC 10 will be your home for the NBA Finals beginning May 30th, so be sure to check out our YouTube channel for our NBA playoff playlist with coverage from Oakland as the Warriors continue their run at a 3-peat during their final season at Oracle Arena. All right, now for some Kings news. This is the story that took over my timeline this week. The Sacramento Kings dancers are out. The organization announcing earlier this week that the all-female dance team that's been entertaining Kings fans for more than 30 years is evolving into a gender-inclusive hip-hop squad called 916 Crew starting next season. The 18-person dance team will include male and female dancers, and Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton will follow suit, eliminating the all-female Stockton Kings dancers and creating a new gender-inclusive hip-hop team called 209 Hype. Both dance teams will perform during games in addition to being ambassadors for their communities, but the bottom line is the Kings dancers you've known will be no more as part of major changes to the Kings entertainment team. You can learn more about the additions and learn about the auditions. The full story is up on our sports page at abc10.com. And of course, this decision is being met with mixed reviews, I should say. Former dancers and pro cheerleaders from across the country taking to social media to express their disappointment. Some people are in favor of this change with including male dancers. Of course, I know that there are some talented guys out here who would like a chance to perform, but of course, with change comes mixed reaction, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wonder, what the dynamics of that will be.
I know, right?
Are they going to launch each other into the air now? Because that's what I would like to see.
I always like to see a good launch.